Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Commodities Corner presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. So today, of course, we will be covering a review of the commodities markets this week. We'll be looking at our top trades of the week. We'll be covering live technical analysis and trading, identifying highly profitable trade setups, and also answering any questions you may have too. So before we get started, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm also the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. Also responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, and a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speaking at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Kelsey, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, that spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks, and through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications, and we've appeared frequently on financial television. Okay, so we'll just take a look now at the gold price. Currently, gold is actually trading at $1,153 US an ounce. So we'll look at the technicals on that very shortly. Before we do so, we'll have a look at the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategy. So there's been a number of opportunities over the last week. First of all, we had a lovely breakout opportunity on corn, and this was very simply a buy trade for the price to be higher, looking for an entry of 371.50, and we continue to trade within a very clear upward trending channel and a beautiful breakout to the upside. So really a very clean move this week on corn. Very similar setup on wheat this week. Had a rise trade for the price to be higher with a buy entry at 524.50. And that was a lovely opportunity. Just came back up to the previous support channel, which is now turned resistance channel. And we also had a lovely opportunity this week on the natural gas market. So we had a breakdown in natural gas just prior to the inventories here. We've had a move back up to the upper end of the resistance channel, and we've just broken down for a sell entry at 4.240, all the way back down to the lower end of the trend channel again. So there's been certainly some lucrative opportunities this week on the commodities, and we'll be looking at the rise and fall type of trades on binary.com. So very simply, if you select rises, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price, and if you select falls, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll move over to the technicals here, and we'll have a look at some of the setups which are starting to line up. Okay, so first of all, let me just bring on the technicals for you, and I'll just share my screen so you can see my desktop. Okay, perfect. So the first market we'll actually take a look at here is going to be the gold market. So we're just on the gold chart currently. Now, what I want you to have a look at here is the US dollar index, which we had a nice pennant formation on the US dollar index yesterday, and you may know that the US dollar index is inversely correlated, of course, to the precious metals. So whenever we see the US dollar index rallying, what that tends to do is put pressure on the metals, and we're certainly seeing that a little bit today. We did spike out of this pennant formation earlier on this morning. We've broken out to the upside, and this is putting some pressure on gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and we've got some nice trade opportunities here actually, which we can take advantage of. Okay, so actually let me just very quickly check with everybody. Everybody can hear me loud and clear. So Diane Havisham just saying that she can't, some of the sound she's not catching. Yeah, audio okay, Sharice? Okay, fantastic. So it may just need to turn off some of your applications which are running there in order to hear me there, Diane. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, good. Right. So just going back to the setup that we've got at the moment. So we've got this inverse correlation that we're looking at for the gold market with the US dollar index. So we'll just take a look now at gold, and we are seeing some downward pressure on gold. We're certainly seeing some downward pressure on the silver market as well. So what we'll do, we're just going to take a sell short now, actually, of the silver market. So I'm going to look for a breakdown, a continuation, really. So we've been consolidating on silver all week, and we've finally broken below the weekly low, which is $15 an ounce and 46 cents. And you can see here very clearly we're starting to move back down to the next support zone, which we're looking at 15.12 there. So I'm quite happy to actually take a nice sell short on this. So essentially what I will be doing is I'm going to go over to the silver market here and looking for a sell short opportunity. So just very simply a sell short, and we will put a trade on. Okay, so what this is telling me at the moment, if I go for a silver sell short, duration 4 hours, I can get a 74% payout on a deposit of $1,150 for a $2,000 payout. Okay, that's what I'm looking at the moment, which is very reasonable. So going back to silver, I am expecting more downside today. I'm essentially looking for the market to continue to sell off and come back down to the lower end of this channel, possibly even taking out $15 an ounce if the US dollar can pick up some momentum here during the US session this afternoon, which looks likely at the moment. It does look like it's poised for a breakout. So I'm going to take advantage of this on gold and silver. So silver, very simply going to go for a sell short. So I'm going to get the best price again. I just want to be in and out of this trade over this afternoon. I'll actually go out to 5 hours, which will take us to the close of the UK session. 73% payout on a full trade for the price to be lower. So I'm just going to go and execute this trade for a sell short. Okay, so beautiful. That has been done. Okay, now moving over to, so that's just the silver market. So we'll now move over to gold. So there's also an opportunity here to go for a sell short on the gold market as well. On the tighter time frames, gold is continuing to break down. So if we just take a look at, you can see here quite clearly actually a nice pendant formation, which is starting to break down at the moment, getting a little bit of consolidation right now, but I'm expecting further downside in correlation with both gold, in correlation with silver, as well as platinum and palladium. In fact, before we take this gold trade, let's just take a look at palladium and platinum as well. Platinum is actually looking quite lucrative right now. We're continuing to break down. We've actually broken through support this morning. If we come down and we break below the low here, $1,184 an ounce, platinum is going to be breaking new 2014 low. So I do like that. It looks like we're getting a breakdown as well. We've got a nice trend channel here providing resistance, and you can see all we're looking for, this wedge pattern, looking for a breakdown of 1184. So I'm going to be quite happy here to take a sell short on the platinum market as well, whilst we've got a nice setup. And moving back over, actually, let's have a look at the palladium market as well. Palladium, very similar situation. You've got a very clear resistance zone here, which the market has just come up and not really been able to break above. And we look like we're set for, it looks very similar to a bearish flag sort of pattern at the moment. So it looks like we are going to just break down from here and essentially just come back down to the lower end of this trend line. So at the moment, I do have a little bit more preference for the platinum and the silver setups, purely because they have triggered first. They're the leading metals today. They're the ones which are breaking down. Normally the metals which break first are the ones which will have the most momentum behind them. So I'm quite happy to stay in that trade for now. I tell you what, silver, both silver and the platinum trade looking good for a sell short. I will hold off on gold for now until we break this trend line. Okay, so we can see a little bit of consolidation around this trend line. if we just go back out to the daily, we can see we're getting a little bit of support. I just want gold to come down and break through $1,146 an ounce. So if you're going to be around this afternoon to monitor this, look for a breakdown below that level, then you can go for a sell short on gold. Otherwise, we may continue just to channel just between support and resistance here as well. The next markets to have a look at will certainly be the oil market. Now, I do actually like oil for a buy here. Now, overall, I've been very bearish on oil. The whole primary trend is very much in a downward trending channel. However, we are getting some support here right at the lower end of this channel. We can see we're forming a nice little bounce and a hammer off a key trend channel here, and also just off a very key support zone on the horizontal as well. So this little bounce that we get, I think we could actually get a move all the way back up to the upper end of the channel here. So just going to move up to the upper end of the channel before we see more downside. Again, I'll be looking to sell off this zone here. This is my sell zone, and for my buy zone, I can take a counter trend trade, looking for a long and looking for a buy up to this level. So I'm quite happy to take that actually on oil. We just have a look. That's light sweet crude oil. Very similar situation on Brent crude oil as well. We've had a big sell-off. Last 4 days have been a sell on oil, and now we're getting a bit of a retracement. So I'm going to look for a long here on Brent as well. So very simply, I'm going to go across to the commodities, and we're going to look at the energies here. Look at oil. And be in and out ideally. Let's have a look if we can get a futures contract for today. Okay, great. So I can get a $3,000 payout, 88% payout on this for a rise trade on oil. So again, just showing you the technicals on this. We've got both on light sweet crude oil and Brent crude oil. We had a very large sell-off over the course of this week. We've come down to a key trend channel. We've formed a support off a resistance zone, a resistance channel, sorry, a support zone and a support channel. And you can see it's a parallel channel as well, which when we get these parallel channels, often the market will then retrace and come back up to the resistance before it heads lower again. So we've got nice technical confluence there. So I'm happy to go for this trade here on oil, looking for a buy trade. Very quick counter trend trade, day trade over 4 hours, looking for an 88% payout. $1,595 is a deposit for a $3,000 payout. Okay, so we just take that. Okay, perfect. So that has been executed. So oil looks good for a short-term buy at the moment, and we'll just move across here. Quickly have a look at the softs as well. So the softs really a little bit slow momentum today. We've had some lovely moves on these already. We're in and out. We've been in and out of a lot of these trades already, so already taken our profits off the table. I'd really wait for the next move here on the softs. I think gold is definitely one you want to watch this afternoon. Silver looks good for a sell. Copper will be one to watch as well. It's not breaking down as much as some of the other metals. We'll continue to watch that to see if it comes up to the trend channel next week. Palladium also breaking down, but I favour the platinum sell short at the moment, and also the silver sell short. With natural gas getting a bit of a bounce off this channel, which is where we took profit previously from the sell, so we're getting a bounce off this channel. Very interesting channel, actually. We're getting, let's just break it down to a tighter time frame. Yeah, very clear. These channels work fantastically well with natural gas. You can see that going all the way back to July. Trend channel here, the market sold off, broke that level. We're just finding support with pinpoint accuracy actually right on that channel. So that's one to look out for if you do trade natural gas and oil, both looking good for a buy here. Okay, so those are the main setups that we're having a look at this afternoon as we come into the US session. I think we've got some good trade opportunities there. And of course, if you would like to really find out more about how to trade commodities, find out more about our live trading room program as well, very simply to find out more, you can go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. You request information on the Gold Silver Club live trading room program, as well as our daily trade calls, how to get set up exactly with all our charts, all our indicators, be part of the forum, and come on one of our workshops. So very simply, you can find out more about that. Either contact us at our London office, our New York office, our Sydney office, our Johannesburg office, or the Budapest office. I shall leave the numbers on the screen for you very shortly, and I will just put on also the link for subscribing to our newsletter, which is www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. If you go to our website, you can receive a free weekly report on the precious metals, energies, agriculture, as well as live market analysis and prices. So do make sure you take advantage of that as well. Okay, so I shall leave you with these details here. I wish you great trading this afternoon. Have a lovely weekend, and we'll certainly see you on the next one. And of course, thanks to Binary.com, Sharice, and the team for putting on today's webinar. So have a great one, guys, and we'll definitely see you on the next one. Okay. Cheers, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye.